Jonathan, are you here?
Yes, I am.
I think let's see if we got it. Let's give it. Why don't we give it one song's worth of one song's
do
worth?
that.
Got a lot of people coming in here and give them a chance. That way I don't have to repeat. Okay.
We'll just
Way to
have
go,
to
Phil. Phil, where are you from? Jonathan, how about a little Rocky?
Can't do that, Tom. We got YouTube stream going.
Oh, we do? Okay, no problem. Well, folks, you know, I'm big on education. Anything I do is education related. And because of that, I'm thinking to myself, today was a classic case of how you can get something in your mind about a market supposed to do something, but you got to go to the numbers. Where do you think I went in my mind, based on what you heard from me today, where I went from looking down to start looking up? What number? 64, 64 digital. I want y'all to answer that question. Where in my mind did I go from looking down to looking up? I give the number every day. Every day. The pivot number, it was 5905. This morning, if you go, and we'll look at this when we go live, when it went above 5905, I said to myself, of course, I had the sunrise signal telling me this too, but I said to myself, they're reversing this thing. So you have to isolate your thinking according. I used to, I tell people trade what you see. At that time, you go from not having shorts to having longs. Look at the difference. We're at 59.73. How many people have trouble? I used to have trouble a lot till I invented the roadmap and MTI. I had trouble switching. I'd get convinced of something about to happen, and then I would convince myself, and the next thing I know, I'd lose money. But having the ability to follow the numbers by time, the reference bars, and Jonathan will post that in there for people who want to read about it, the reference bars, and numbers. Digital here asked me where we put a stop. I said I'd put it below RB4. Time-wise, RB4 is our last controlling reference bar. And that's how you get those numbers. But anyway, welcome. Let's go through the slides, dtitrader.com/telegram. We've got a great Telegram channel. It's free. Every day I give you the pivot number free. I just say, here it is. Go to dtitrader.com, YouTube, review some of our tapes, and why risk is at the first thing I think about when it comes to trading, okay? Now, there's a high degree of risk involved in trading. Past performance is not indicative of future results. In my opinion, you follow the numbers, you follow the reference bars, you stay with me throughout the week, you will learn what I call the art of trading. Why do I call it an art of trading? Why not choose that word, art of trading? Because it takes, it's not something mathematical that's going to work every time. It's the putting it all together is the art portion, okay? And you're always trying to chase. You're always trying to chase, whether to be long, that's the odds going that way, or whether to be short, market's going that way, or where you should stay out. A lot of times you got to stay out. That's a good decision, staying out, in my opinion. Now look at all the trades I issued in the month of March, and you ask if that can't be true. Nobody can be that good. Well, I'm not. I've got the tools. I've got the tools to make it happen. Let's look at all the trades. If you made any of these trades, TNT, boy, you got to be a member of TNT. Look at that. 39, 44% there. Weekend side hustle. 7, 49, and 21. T-Buzz All-Stars, 17, 36. Don't you want to learn from somebody that can do something like this? Tell me, do you really want to be educated by somebody that doesn't know all this stuff, that somebody can teach it to you? Right there in front of you. That's beautiful, isn't it? Look at an afterburner. Look at one ticker payout. All this is because I understand the reference bars. I have the roadmap software, and I have the MTI by DTI. By the way, if you contact Kelly or Andraka, and Jonathan typed their email in there, I told them if somebody wanted to get a package deal on the roadmap MTI, we'd make a package price for you. So you can contact them, they'll tell you about it, okay? Oh, there's another page. There's another page of trades. I was going to quit there. Wow, look at that. Beautiful piece of work. Beautiful piece of work. Wow. That's extraordinary. Look at those zebra. Zebra started off slow, but zebra's on a roll now, isn't it? Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. You gotta love it. Who's in zebra in here? You gotta love it now. There's a lot of pain suffering on the first couple, but that's why you think of one of the next 10,000 trades. Wow. I did an all services trade because things were happening so fast. I said, let's go make some money. Look at that one. Pays to be a member of my programs. Wow, this is good work. Is that it? Or we got another one? All right, the weekly trade letters coming out. It's a huge success. We are approaching over 300 people joining this program. Today, we had a flash meeting at 10:30, and I'm very close to changing the price, but I'd like to get it to 500 before I did. So we got 300 right now. To give you some idea, I'll consider it if we make it to 500 as quick as we made it to 300. But here's how you sign up if you're not a member. It's $9.99. I looked at last week's. I said, I can't believe I let this go for $9.99. This week, we'll release the edition right after the close today, where you'll be set for the week. The idea behind it was everybody loves my Sunday night, but I figured out that I need to tie things together for people on Monday, okay? And so that's what I did. That's what I did, okay? There it is. 1 year, $9.99. I think we've got it, it's a timely letter to come out, trade letter at the end of the day. How many people in the weekly letter really like the format, how it's right there in your face where to focus for the week? You like that? I like it myself. Makes me focus thinking about it. Mark loves it. Surely somebody else loves it. Who else loves this letter? Jeffrey said, thank you. Claire has got to be a writer. She's great with words. She said, it's awesome. You like the format, JD? Good. Oh, great. Case just joined. All right, here's the stocks I looked at that I'm very interested in. Okay? Worthy. I doubt that, but hey, I just wanted to have things focused when we finish Monday. I usually use Monday the study today, this is the way to hear what I'm thinking. Now here's 10 stocks. If you take these prices and you see these stocks, these 10 close above these numbers today, they're going higher this week, in my opinion. Okay? Does everybody have these numbers right now? Take a picture of it. There's a lot of good trades right here. That's where they need to close higher than this week to go higher. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? For example, MU. MU's 98.19, currently trading 98.38. If it closes above 98.19, I'll be a buyer in MU tomorrow, especially if it opens around these levels. I did this because I thought it might help people, okay? Narrow your focus where the money is being paid out, okay? How you like that TQQ, SQQ? That's pretty sweet, isn't it? Don't know what to do? The market's going up, what do? Buy the TQQ. Don't know what to do? The market's going down, what do? You buy the SQQ. Works pretty good, doesn't it? Trading what you see. There it is. All right, futures first. What's tonight? All my futures player knows what's tonight. What happens at 7 o'clock? I have an educational focus tonight at 7 o'clock, Monday evening. Jennifer says, we make money after you get the education. The way I teach it, I think is nobody, it's just so good, okay, the way we teach it, because it's basically showing you by educating yourself just how important the futures market is. That's my big point, how important it is, okay? We have a little Telegram channel. We post insights in there to help you. We'll try to take education tonight to take advantage of what we believe to be Tuesday, Friday's trend. That'll be our goal. We'll do that. We call that application. Here's all the lessons we put together. Goodness gracious, right now, with the E-mini doing what it's doing, we want to focus on that and options through that. We're to show you some tactics, okay? It's a tactical call, educational call for you. We'll do that at 7. And we piggyback on other lessons, like when we're talking about options. We also talk about the Tasty Trade platform, because I think it, for new futures traders, it's a great platform to teach you about futures. I haven't watched their videos. Anybody watch their videos from Tasty Trade on how to use their platform? Or just, it's pretty intuitive, isn't it? Jonathan, have you got anything you would like to share to an education-wise about the Tasty Works or Tasty Trade platform?
I think that Tom Sosnoff still actively does sessions for him on YouTube and whatnot. So he's great. He provides all
Tom
kinds of,
does?
I mean, I don't take my word for it, but I've seen him do a lot of things every so often.
Yeah, he's a friend of mine, and I tell you, I really like the simplicity, the way he's got it for people. I think from an education standpoint, it's great. They don't charge you a whole bunch, but the bottom line is it's a good platform. We have a referral link to give you if you decide you want to get an account with them. I think you need about 2,000, 2,500 in there, you know, to learn how to use it and that kind of stuff. I think that's sort of the story anyway. Don't forget the Euro. I've got a trade education there. I want to further your education there. And tonight, I said we meet at 7. Are we meet at 7 or 8 tonight? I forget.
That's at 7. That's a typo. Excuse me.
We're meeting at 7 tonight. Okay, perfect. Does everybody like the way we lay out these educational lessons for you to learn? Jonathan, remind me, if you will, to print this off where if I refer to one of the video training videos and stuff when I'm talking, I can say video number, whichever, focus on it and save them some time to go watch those videos.
Okay.
Make it real streamlined, especially for people, that are learning and that kind of stuff. Okay. Okay, what did Wayne say? There's no one in this business that does a better job of teaching ins and outs of the market. I care about your success. No one does it better than Tom and our team. Don't hesitate to sign up. You won't be disappointed. You ought to show everybody what old Wayne just said. Thank you, Wayne. You just made my day. Once you join, check your email, get in the Futures Telegram channel. Okay. Once you check your email, you get in the Futures Telegram channel, you're ready to go. Thank you so much. Get involved with this rapidly growing program. Yeah, you did. Jennifer, I always put a 72-hour time frame on anything like that. $72. Here's 3 levels of membership. You can get started for $549. Make sure it's something you want to do, or you can go for a lower price version of $949 for 7 months, or a year for $1549. $1549. And Jonathan, make sure in our slides tonight you include that 72-hour time frame on things, because that you got to evaluate things with this stuff because it changes so rapidly. Okay. Call 904-706-3532 or join dtitrader.com/future. Any questions anybody have? Y'all have been so nice talking about this training. I love it. This was our whole goal when we started it. Anybody got any questions, ideas? We're gonna go live. Jonathan, why don't we go live in 10 minutes at 3:30? Okay? And check it out.
Right, I'll get a 10-minute timer up.
Okay. Anybody got any other questions? Wayne, that was so nice you writing that. Claire, are you using the reference bars? We'll talk about that when we come back, okay? Let's do that and show everybody. Jonathan can send you a link, Carol. Would that help? Jonathan, send Carol a link of all those classes. We got a 101 coming up, right, Carol? Let me know if you got him. Yeah, just get signed up. And what will happen, isn't this right, John? If they sign up, they'll get a welcome email that gives them access to the Telegram channel. Is that the way that works?
That's it. That's correct.
And then you post the lessons inside the room, right?
They'll get an invite to the Monday session, and then after the Monday session, we post the recordings. That's kind of the standard process you can look forward to.
Tonight we're going to post all the lessons where everybody can, copy those,
That is what I try to do every time.
See, he's already ahead of me. Have a lot of fun teaching, educating you about futures. Boy, I wish somebody had done me this way. Man, oh man. $1,500 for a year. I'd have paid $1,500 for a month to learn what I'm teaching. All right, if y'all have no questions, I'll come back in 6 minutes. I want to give those people in Futures First a chance to get on board. Hey, Jonathan, if you will, let's go to a live market. All right, let's go to RB1.
I'll circle it.
All right, folks, if you look at that big drop off from Friday to Monday, and at the end of the day, I told people to buy the SQQQ. Look at what happened. Look at what happened. RB1 was here, and then we broke RB1. Looks like about 9 o'clock at night, 8:30 at night, right, Jonathan? Right? And it eventually went down in the middle of the night to 58.92, 58.92. And then it found a bottom down there at the low. I wake up at 5 o'clock and I said to myself, okay, I posted in there, you can take some off and put a stop at a certain level. We did. You get into RB2, and you can definitely see where they started buying it right there. And then we went above 59.05, draw a line across where 59.05 was, and I told people market had changed. We've got to wait to 10 after 8, which right here is 10 after 8, and that was the sunrise signal that told us to be long, and up we went to 87.88. Then we started coming down and we're below RB2, and now we're into the final RB of the day, which is RBZ. But looking at this, it should give you comfort to know we've stayed right with the trend since last night all the way through today, doing what the market told us to do. So the first thing that I would do if I was new to DTI, I would say, what was Tom's pivot number? Now, I'll teach you inside the futures class how to get that, but the pivot number, the way to think about that is a belt around a person. Above the belt, you call that bullish. Below the belt, you call that bearish. That's the way I think about it. So if I'm above 59.05, I'm thinking up. Does everybody understand that concept? And I start there. And then the second thing I do is I look at the seven sisters. That's the E-mini, the NASDAQ, Dow, crude, gold, and silver, and bonds. And to do that, okay, you've got to give it a little noise there, digital. It's not that exact. Trading is not an exact science, but you got to understand the ballpark. The question you ask yourself, if it falls back below 59.05, did it go below RB1? RB1's low was what, Jonathan? Help old digital out here. Teach him something.
Well, reference bar 1 low was 59.20, but I believe you mean RB2 low, which was 58.92.
Yeah, 58.92 was, hold it, you got me confused. What'd you say?
RB1's low is 59.20. That's above your daily pivot. RB2 was the low of the night, which is 58.92.
Okay, but I'd still go back to RB1. What was the low of RB1, the high of RB1?
Reference bar 1 last night from 6 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern time made a high of 59.40 and a low of 59.20.
Yeah, so 59.40 though, the opening was 59.30, so we're below that. That's bearish, right? And so we came down, made a low, and then we made a newer low later on in the night, and then we created RB2, which RB2's low was what, Jonathan?
Reference bar 2 from 4:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. Eastern time made a low of 58.92.
Yeah, which is the low of the night. And after that, we turned bullish, correct?
Yeah, that's what I see.
Yeah. And then the sunrise signal was bullish. That's at 8:10 when that came out. But the general flow after RB2 this morning was higher, except until we get to RB4, which was this afternoon, and we went below. So right now, what's the high of RB4?
59.86.
You take out 59.86 tonight, we're going higher. But typically you get a little correction. That's what we got, a little correction. It will correct inside of the breakout bar, which the breakout bar today was RB2, which the high of that's what, 59.40? What's the high of RB2?
Reference bar 3 was the breakout bar at the cash open. The high of that bar is 59.45.
59.45, which is higher than RB1, correct?
That's correct. Yep.
Yep. No, we should, I already get Mike. I think it'd be easier for people if we had enough room where it would identify those RBs where they could look there and see how beautiful. Hey, just put the reference bars up there where they take all those, go to where you just showed nothing but reference bars, or you could show the numbers by clicking reference bar. You can do that if you want to. Yeah, there's right there. Does everybody see that? That's your reference bar chart inside the roadmap, okay? I was short and then I turned bullish. Now we're doing RB3, not RB3, we're doing RBZ, which is 330 to 4. And you can see that RBZ looks pretty good. Now put Tesla in there if you will. Tesla's making a move right now, Jonathan, and Palantir's making a move. Tesla's got $8 before it runs into resistance. And then Carol is like me, she likes the table that you can see all the numbers. You can click that, showing how to get the table on the roadmap. That table's, I prefer the table myself. Everybody see the table? Now, if he puts Tesla in there, look down the high column. What's the high column of Tesla? Somebody tell us what the high column of Tesla is. The high number. All day long. What's the high number? Type it into the chat. I want to make sure you see it. The high number, not the high of the day, the high of the reference bar. Look down at Jonathan, circle the high where they can see what I'm talking about. The high of those numbers. And the high number there is what? 342.48, right? Well, there's 345. You're right, 345 is the number. So if Tesla goes above 345, we're going higher. Now look at Palantir. See what Palantir says. Palantir goes above 2764, it's going higher. That's Palantir. Put NVIDIA in there. Does everybody see how I'm doing that? NVIDIA. 135.45. 69, right? 35. Y'all see how to pick these numbers out during the day to know when a stock starts moving into another range, higher or lower? It works both ways, but everybody see that? But the difference would be you would look at the low of the range. Now let's put the E-mini in there and see what they're going to do here at the close. 75% of all stocks follow the E-mini. What does the E-mini say? We got John 59.86. And the low is what? I would say we're closer to the high. So 58.92 would be a good all bets off number if the market corrected. Using this reference bar compass chart with these things, you've got some good information to help you. You think this will help you in the future, what I showed you there? You think that might help you if you're trying to make your mind up about a stock you own? I think so too. That's why I wanted to show it to you. Love that roadmap. Now, Jonathan is bringing up MTI. See what MTI is saying on the E-mini here at the close. Let's look at the short term. I know the long term is bullish, but basically it's long as we're above that 59.38, right? See that 38 is the lower of that white bar there? Right there, it tells you where digital, that's how MTI tells you where to place your stop, right there. Down below 38. What I would do, Michael, I would wait till the night at 9. And if you get positive RB1 after night, it is going to make a new high. That's where the odds play is. Don't trade right now, but wait till then. That's why I have futures first on Monday night. Teach you all this. Jonathan, I think this has been good. Slap up the slide. I think we've answered a lot of questions. This was a great daily wrap up. I'm glad I got to spend some time with everybody. And good news is, that's just the way it is. The education's great. Thanks, Buck. See everybody on the futures class tonight at 7. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sure, we'll cover it.